Hello, everybody. Go Me and Do podcast here. Mike.
Nelson.
You know what I did? I bought a couple of, I don't know, while back. I bought this guy here for my tea in the morning. But this thing here, I guess this would be good for traveling because it would fit in the thing, right? In your car. But it's just not working for me. It's kind of tippy. And so what I did is I went online and I bought this guy here. And this is what more of what I wanted, Nelson. This thing's like it's 14 ounces, so it's big enough for a nice big cup of tea, and it's got the insulated. But I've already made my first mistake, and it's big enough to where I can put 2 tea bags in it, like I did today. I can put one green tea and one mint tea in it, and I did that today. But I've already made my first mistake. You see, you got to put this lid on here, and you see how deep it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I filled it up too high. So if I put this on here, it's gonna
overflow.
It's gonna overflow. So let me. Woo! Oh, that's good. And it's actually got a little line in it, Nelson, all the way around it inside there. That shows you. Okay, I'm gonna want it like this. So this thing, this one here screws, kind of twists on and off, but this one here just pushes down. So I'm just gonna do that. So my new mug,
Nice.
dude. I got this one here for like $19, $19.99 or something on Amazon. And then when I went to find this one, this flatter one that I can do this with, this one is $35.
Yeah, I was gonna say getting a Yeti insulated cup for like $20 is crazy. That was a good deal that you got there.
That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, especially Yeti stuff is always expensive.
Yeah. So, but this will last me the rest of my life, right?
Yeah, for sure. It'll last over my life too.
Well, wait a minute. Are you saying that your life is going to be longer than my life because I'm 1,000 years old? Oh no. Oh, see, I hate to think about that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, you're right though.
Yeah.
This is good. It comes out of that nice opening. The opening's bigger than this one. It's wider. They made it different, and the tea flows out of there better than it does with that one. So I'm glad I spent that $35 on this guy right here.
Yeah.
He's pretty awesome. All right, Nelson, I got a bunch of stuff to talk about here today. And as you know, like every day, I got my little guy. He's here protecting the whole thing. He's the guy that does it right there. Okay, Nelson, let me tell you something here. Now, remember I was talking about, well, I don't know if I did talk about doing a name change.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly on one of the episodes.
Well, I found the paperwork that you got to fill out online, and I started to fill it out online, and it turns out that it's a little more involved than I thought it was going to be. So there's all kinds of stuff that you got to fill out. There's all kinds of instructions on the forms, this form, that form, the other form. I mean, so I have a lawyer that helped me in a matter that I'm going to talk about here in a minute last year that does family law stuff. And I emailed him and I said, can you help me? I want to change my last name.
Yeah.
From my current last name to my mother's maiden last name. And he said, no problem. He said, we'll get it done for you. He said, I said it was kind of more, I started to do it myself, but it was very involved. And he said, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I'll do it. He said $1,500 and it's done. And it should take, 3 to 4 to 5 months or whatever, depending on how good I guess you got to do it through the county that you live in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he's going to get that done for me. I'm going to go meet him this week and give him the money, and then we're going to get that thing cranking. And the reason I know this guy is because last year, and I don't know if I talked about this on this podcast or not, but last year I had a family member file false charges against me for elder abuse
Mm.
over here with my mom. And so I hired this guy immediately.
Yeah.
And you don't want, and so we squashed it immediately. They dismissed it because it was all bullshit, all
Yeah.
lies. And then right after we did that, we went and did the oh, what's it called, Nelson, when you become the legal guardian.
Okay.
So we did that, and then that was just a Zoom meeting with all the family members and the judge and my lawyer, and it lasted. I mean,
It
it
was
was
quick.
30 seconds, dude,
Yeah.
and it was done. So that was, we had to do all that, and that's how I knew this guy to contact him regarding the name change stuff. And this, when they filed filing was done with the state of Michigan for that false claim. And when when somebody files against you, and anybody can do that, they don't have to have any kind of proof,
Yeah, for
nothing.
sure. Yep.
They can just do whatever they want. And next thing you know, you got state of Michigan scumbag state of Michigan employees showing up at your house unannounced.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're very aggressive with all
It
that
was a
stuff.
nightmare, dude.
Yep.
It was and she's saying, we're going to keep coming back here and coming back here. And so that's, one of the reasons that I went and did this. And, but my guy took care of it. And ever since then, it's been a big nothing. But the fact that somebody would do that, a close family member, influenced by their second wife,
Mm.
and also influenced by their son's second wife.
Yeah.
And my lawyer told me, he said, I see this kind of stuff all the time, and I help people with this all the time. He said 95% of the time, it's a second wife.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody on the outside of the family, because
Somebody on the outside of the family, Nelson. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said.
Yep.
Yeah. So beware if that kind of shit happens to you, dude. Lawyer up right away. Get yourself a lawyer, and they will squash this stuff and stop them from hassling you and do whatever. And then if it's all false, like it was in my case, they'll dismiss this thing quickly. And so, but it'll cost you. It's going to cost you a couple bucks. It's going to cost you for your lawyer, and then they got to bring in another lawyer called the lawyer ad libum.
Okay.
I'm
It's
not,
like a mediator or something like that.
something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And she'll look at everything, and then she'll give her findings to the judge,
Gotcha.
which is what she did. And according to my lawyer, she looked at all this stuff. She said, "What are we even doing here?
Mm.
I mean, what's going on here with this shit?"
Yeah.
So, but she was $1,500 too, just for her,
Yeah.
just for her to look at a couple pieces of paper and then make a finding to the judge. So,
Yeah. No, and that's got to be annoying for all parties.
dude, yeah. And then talk about this person that filed this thing has made a lifetime of bad decisions.
Mm.
One bad decision after another landed him in deep trouble and with all kinds of bullshit. And so this was just par for the course, I guess, with him.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
For sure.
It's some people I just look at their behavior and it blows my mind.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, we got the Michigan Adult Services off my ass. The name change is coming. Oh, and let me tell you why I'm doing this name change. I'm doing this name change because my father's dad, my grandfather McMillan, was he never said, and what all the years I knew him, he never said two words to me. Then my old man was insecure, just, I mean, he was the kind of guy who thought it was a good idea to tell young children that were 6 and 7 and 8 years old that they were worthless and stupid.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've been in that situation. It's terrible.
It's unbelievably terrible for a little child.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it just destroys all. And so, I mean, you couldn't put that guy and me in the same room for 5 minutes because we'd be fighting.
Yeah.
Every time. So, so my grandfather, my dad, my two brothers with the last name McMillan, who I have zero contact with and don't want any contact with. But on the other hand, I'm changing it from McMillan to my mother's maiden name. My grandfather on my mom's side, best guy you'd ever meet in your life. He was the best guy. He was awesome. And then my mom's brother, my uncle John, he was super awesome. And so he had my mom's last name. My grandfather had my mom's maiden name. And then, of course, my mom, who I love with all my heart. So I'm going from my father's name, who I have zero anything to do with, to my mother's, which I have a lot to do with. And in fact, my next trip when I go in October to Hungary,
Yeah,
that's where they're all from.
that's cool.
And that's one of the reasons I want to go there.
Okay. Have
Yeah.
you ever been over there?
I've never been to.
Oh, that's
The only place in Europe I've been to was London, England.
okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Is there any specific towns you have in mind yet, or no?
Well, I'm going to do a little, because they got the train service over there in Europe, which is killer. And I'm going to do a little circle thing. I'm going to do, and it's close. If you look on a map, when I say close, I mean 5, 6, 7 hours by train.
Yeah.
But from Budapest, that's where I'm going to fly into. And I'm going to explore that town because it's really cool. I'm not going to rent a car or do any of that kind of stuff this time, but I'm going to take the train and I'm going to go to, you can go from Budapest to Vienna, Austria, to Prague, Czechoslovakia, and then to a town in southern Poland. I forget not Warsaw, that's up north. This one's down in the south. I forget the name of it all the time. So you can do boom, 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 and then right back to Budapest for the flight home. So that's what I'm going to plan to do.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll be, doing all these different super cool old time towns. Like Prague is a killer place.
Yeah.
Budapest is a killer place. Vienna is a killer place. And Poland is an awesome place. I can't wait to go to Poland. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's the reason I'm doing the Hungary trip, is because of all this stuff. And when I get there, I'll have the name that fits in there instead of this Irish name that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
This weird Irish name that I got. Oh, Nelson, for crying out loud. Okay, let's see here, bud. So what's going on with you? You're at a new place. Your work moved. You moved from a place that wasn't very busy to a place that's busier.
Yeah. I had basically a salon suite. So it was a big building with a bunch of made rooms and all that stuff, and I basically ran my own business for the last couple months out of there. But there was just no vision of like from the road or anything like that, so I needed to make the pivot. So
No walk-ins or stuff like that.
no, and it was very rare if somebody would walk in. It was a lot of recommendations or somebody find me on Google, but even then, when they found me, it was like super hard to find me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the new spot is way better. It's more of a traditional barbershop setup where we're all in the same room. There's multiple
Nelson's a barber. So yeah.
yeah, my full-time gig.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's much better. Even this last Saturday, I had like 6 or 7 walk-ins between 9 and 2 o'clock, and it was a busy day.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yep.
Glad to hear it. Glad that's working out for you. So then, are you paying a lot more, or about the same, or what?
About the same. We Danny, the shop owner, she's great and was willing to work with me to basically match the price for the next 6 months, what I was paying in the studio, to the chair that I'm renting, and then we're gonna negotiate after. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she's taking care of me, which has been great.
I love to hear that. Speaking of haircuts, Nelson,
Yeah.
look at my hair. It's out of control. Okay, look at there's shit sticking up all over the place. I don't know what's going on with this head of mine.
Yeah.
But I got to get a haircut. I'm leaving for vacation in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'll cut you up.
2 weeks from tomorrow
All right.
is when I'm going. So we got to figure out a day that we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we could even we could shoot some video of your haircut.
Oh my!
You
I
want to
love
do
it.
that?
Let's do that. Yeah,
All
right on. We're gonna do that.
Sounds good.
Okay. 2 other things I want to talk about. One of them was over the weekend. I've been seeing this commercial on TV for this float at Chick-fil-A,
Mm-hmm.
where you can get the orange high C and then the vanilla ice cream in a drink.
Okay.
Have you seen these?
No.
Okay, so they've been doing these for the past little while, and I see them. So I go to Chick-fil-A. We got a local one right down here. So I go there and I wanted to get a chicken sandwich, waffle fries, and that float.
Yeah.
And so I asked for the float, and they said, "Oh, we don't have the orange high C. We only have like fruit punch and lemonade, and none of the other orange high C. The high C's got several different flavors, and they show on their ads. They show all those flavors in a row, all lined up, and I'm like, "Oh, the orange one! I love that orange high C.
Yeah.
So let's do that one." So they didn't have it. So I go, "Okay, well, let me get a chocolate shock chocolate shake.
Hmm.
I was going to say malt, but yeah, chocolate shake because my mother loves chocolate shake. So she's like, okay. So I pay all my stuff. I get up, you know, you got to drive and you got the girl out there. I don't know if they're all the same. Like
Yeah,
the
where they
one
have the
we got,
iPads and all that stuff.
one's got the pad and then you drive and then you go around and then the other person brings it out to you. So I'm sitting there in line and I get up to the front and then the lady brings it out and she hands it to me and this thing's full all the way to, I mean, they fill these fucking things.
Yeah.
I mean, for crying out loud. And then so she hands this thing to me. I hold it and I'm setting it down. The whole top and everything spills out. Dude, all over my seat, on my passenger seat, it's all over the place. I'm like, this just spilled. The lady comes, she runs in, she gets a bunch of napkins. She came around to the passenger door. She opened the door, she's cleaning all this stuff up. She took the thing, and I felt bad, you know, but I don't think it was my fault, but I still felt bad. And I think I got even kind of a little bit of a look from her because of what happened, you know, like, hey, asshole, what are you doing? You know, hold on to the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit. So she goes in and she gets another one, okay? And she comes back out, and as she's handing it to me, she's standing outside. The top pops right off of the thing, and stuff's going down on her hands. She goes, "Oh!" And I look at her, I'm like, "Hey!"
Yeah.
And she goes, and she runs in and gets another one. I said, "Can you put it in a holder?" And she's like, "That's a good idea."
Yeah.
You know, so she came back. So it took 3 of those things for
Yeah.
me to get out of there. It was unbelievable. But good old Chick-fil-A. And you know what? I never ever eat at Chick-fil-A. When I was are you a Chick-fil-A guy?
Every so often.
Every so often.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad,
No,
but it's not any better than anything else.
no. It's I never like the waffle fries are great, but that's the main thing.
That's it. Yeah. They didn't have those. And you
Yeah.
know what they should have? Well, they do have that. I was going to say they got chicken soup. I tried it one time. It's not that great.
Yeah.
You know who should have chicken soup? What's the Buffalo Wild Wings? They're a chicken place, right?
Yeah.
They don't have any. That place should have 2 or 3 chicken soups, a noodle, a creamy one, and some kind of. They should. That's a place that should have soups.
Yeah, for sure.
And I always tell whenever I go we go at work sometimes. There's one down the road from work in Indiana, and I always tell them, "Wait, you know, you guys should have soups." And they always look at me like, "Shut up, no one cares."
Yeah, we'll take that to corporate.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. When I was a young guy, they didn't have those here until recently
Okay.
in Michigan.
Yeah.
When I was a young guy, I lived in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, they had them all over Atlanta.
Yeah, I think that's where they're from, right?
I think so. Yeah, like every 50 feet, you'd see a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And I would drive, and I would see these signs. And being from the Midwest, you know, A to me is
Yeah.
So I'd go, what in the hell is Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A, what's that? You know?
Yeah.
only later did I realize it's Chick-fil-A, fillet as in chicken fillet.
Yeah.
And oh God,
That's funny.
I mean, what in the world, Mike? Dude, I'm loving my new mug. It's not as insulated as this one. It's not the stuff's not staying as hot, but I like it.
Yeah.
And I like the size of it. Chick-fil-A. When I didn't Chick-fil-A, what is that? Chick-fil-A. Okay, dude. You remember I was telling you? I read those books. Remember what were they?
Oh yeah, the that series. You had the second and third?
No. The one that I was reading from that R.F. Kuang.
Oh, the historical fantasy. Fictions, yep.
Historical fantasy.
Is it fantasy or fiction?
Fantasy.
Fantasy. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's based on historical stuff, but it's their own version of
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So I guess it could be historical fiction too.
Yeah. I guess
one or
if
the
there's-
other.
Yeah, if there's like wizards involved, but I don't know.
Oh, there was
okay,
there was
then
magic and wizards and all
then,
kinds
yeah,
of
then
crazy
it's-
shit
then,
going
yeah,
on.
That's fantasy for
The
sure.
the star of the book, Rin,
Hmm.
okay, she could bring forth fire,
Oh.
and when she would get angry, fire would be coming off of her hands, and and then she could just destroy all kinds of shit with fire.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. And that Rin, she was this young poor girl from China who rose to be the leader of all the people and stuff. And she was, the author is a young girl from China.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was poor or not, but
Yeah.
it was totally her, in the book. So anyway, I read that and I said to myself, okay, it was fun to read that and it was okay, but I'm not a historical fantasy kind of guy. I'll read maybe, if other stuff comes out, I'll read it. And if this author, that R.F. Kuang, writes more stuff, I'm sure I'll read it because I basically enjoyed everything that she wrote. So I did a little research, and I found that Peter Ash series, and there's several books in this thing. I'm a series kind of guy.
Yeah.
I love series. I love all the series, all those crazy series where the guys are going finding the bad guys. And this guy here here's the first. So I went to the library and I had done my research. I go, okay, Nick Petrie, I'm going to find these books at the library from Nick Petrie. And so I wanted to find number one because there was in my library, they list everything right on here. And so they'll put number 4 in the series of Peter Ash.
Okay.
And they do that with all the series, and you go on the shelves and they're all lined up. It's awesome. So they didn't have the number 1. They had the number 2. So I grabbed number 2 and I read it and I dropped it back off. And when I was there, I was going to grab number 3. They didn't have number 3. So I grabbed number 4 and I ordered number 1 while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished. This one's done. I got to take it back to the library. But then number 1 came back in, which I have right here. So this series is The Drifter.
Okay.
This dude is some guy who was in combat for many, many different deployments, and now he's got PSD issues. We can't go into an enclosed space, and he starts, freaking out and stuff. So this is The Drifter, and he goes around and gets into all kinds of little adventures.
Mm.
And the writer's really good, this Nick Petrie guy. I'm digging the way that he writes, and I'm enjoying the series. And now that I've got number 1, I started it last night. I finished this last night, and I started 39 pages of number 1 last night. So I'll read this, and then I've already read number 2, and then I've got to order, when I go to the library and drop this off, I'm going to order number 3.
Yeah.
So
does it trip you up at all being in? Does one matter to read the other, or is it just the same character in just different scenarios?
It's the same characters in different scenarios. It's going to mess me up a little bit. Like his best friend from the service or whatever is now helping him, and he came out of nowhere, and I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And then his girlfriend, she was introduced in number 2 because I don't think she was involved in number 1.
Gotcha.
Because I'm reading number 2, and number 2 starts out, he's walking through the woods, and he sees a rope hanging from a tree. So he climbs up this rope, and there's this girl at a platform up in these trees. What do they call them? Giant ass trees in California?
Oh, like a redwood.
Redwoods.
Yes.
And so that introduced her, and now she's his girlfriend, and now they're going together on these adventures and all that stuff. So, and I don't think she's in this one, but this one's starting out pretty good so far. So I'm enjoying it. I like the way he writes, and everything's moving right along. This is the kind of shit you can not think about, just read, and So, Nick Petrie, if you guys want to read a good little series, The Drifter, or excuse me, Peter Ash. The name of the series is the Peter Ash series. And next time you see me, or we're going to do the haircut, we're going to do it real live and on air, yeah?
Yeah. We could cut it up, and I could take video of it and all that stuff.
Dude, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So we just got to figure out a day to do that because I'm going to leave on the 10th of March.
Yeah, so we'll do it right before.
Okay.
Cool. Do you know what you get for your haircut?
Do I know what I want?
Yeah.
What I've been getting is a number 1
on the sides,
all the way up high.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a high fade, right? Isn't that what they call that?
Yeah.
And so all the way up, because I got a cowlick right there, and I want to see all the shit that's sticking out here.
Yeah.
I want that number 1 up, and then just blend it on, leave a little bit length in the front, and blend it back shorter and shorter as you go back.
Cool.
Easy to do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I got an old man doing my hair right now.
Uh-huh.
He's this old Italian dude, Louis. He's fucking hilarious, this guy. He's a one-man shop.
Oh, nice.
He rents this whole thing, and he's the only guy in there.
Yeah.
And he's in there, and you go, but you can, if you go, I go there at 9 a.m., he opens at 9, I get there right at 9 o'clock, and I get right in, and I'm right in the chair, and it's awesome. So, but this old guy, and he's old, and, when I get home, I got to touch up, and, the stuff that he missed and all that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, so anyway, that's today. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time around. Later, Gators.